Hi, this is Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch, out in the field at a client's house. I cleaned up this yard last Tuesday. I did a minimal cleaning, didn't charge them too much. I'm hoping that they will have me kind of be their landscape gardener and get this place looking like a show place. So let's talk about what they got going on and what I've done. So over here, I didn't really do too much. We had this shrub over here was encroaching out onto the street, so I trimmed that back, but I didn't really do any kind of real pruning. I'd like to take this cholla, all of this cholla out. Not something I really want to deal with, although it is a beautiful specimen. Reminds me of Joshua Tree, the park in California. They have a beautiful area in the park where there's these chollas. I don't know if it's the same exact variety, just growing wild, and it actually looks really pretty out in the wild. And it looks pretty in landscapes, but it's not something I recommend to anybody ever. But it needs to come out, and they've got looks like there's a Palo Verde or some other one of these shrubby things. Not something you want. I think some of these shrubs might actually be chaparral plants or creosote. And then some of them are thorny and horrible. And I think a lot of them were like volunteers, because I'm seeing little baby volunteers of things all over the place. Some of the volunteers or suckers, might be from the ironwood. Typically the Palo Verdes, you don't see suckers coming up on them, in my experience. I'm not saying they don't create suckers. And I have had I've seen Palo Verdes create suckers, which it looks like it's happening over there. And I think whatever all these shrubby things are creating suckers. But I'm definitely recommending that a lot of these shrubs over here on this side, especially this little array here, at least these two maybe be removed, because I just think that this Oregon pipe needs to be front and center, because it's a beaut. But at the same time, these could be kept low as well, but we'll see. And maybe removing some of these other ones. Definitely this needs to be removed. This shrub right here under this tree. I'd like to remove both of these. This one's fine where it is. That needs to go. It's growing up into the ironwood, which is a beautiful tree. And I really want to take this out, and it's covered in thorns. It's horrible. And these two are kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have some sort of energy block. But again, we would come in with new plants and things. But I just think there's too many of these scrubby looking shrubby things, which some I think, like I said, are creosote, which I definitely want to keep if that's what they are. The ones without thorns. There was a lot of weeds over here, and we have, I believe these are globe mallows that volunteers, and I pulled a bunch of them out, and I left a couple. And I also left these tansies, because I'd really like to see more of that. And I'm going to be talking to the client about all the things I want to remove and whether they even want those. So then over here, this was a real mess in here, these rocks. And I'm wondering if they have an issue with their drip system here. He did mention something about that, and I haven't had a chance to look at it or talk to him too much about it, but it looks a lot better over here. It needs like regular bi-monthly at least I would recommend blowing of these rocks, because yep, there's the drip system. It's just going and going. These rocks had so much debris in them, and a good blow a couple times a month would really keep those nice. I had tried to pull all the little weeds out, and I missed a few spots right there. I'm going to recommend taking out this purple prickly pear. I really love purple prickly pears, but it's not something you want to deal with, kind of like the cholla. These are best left for like center medians. Let the city deal with it. They look great, but they're so Arizona, but just you get 2 inches too close to it, and you're covered in spines, little prickly spines, which is why they call it prickly pear. We've got these Texas sage, which I trimmed up a little bit. Hopefully they'll start filling out. Definitely want to keep those. I'd like to add more of those. Those are just awesome plants. So yeah, this is the front yard at my client's house, just doing a basic cleanup, hoping they're going to let me get this place going real nice, and we'll get that drip system fixed for them and all that stuff. Alright, stay tuned for more of this project. Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. When it rains, go out and dance. Oh, by the way, this is one of my favorite cactus. You know, I'm never done. Totem pole. Love this guy. All right.